What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Have you been asking what is Project 2025? Well, I know you're too lazy to look it up, so I decided to look it up for you because I'm too lazy to make a really good edited video about Project 2025 because I don't care about Project 2025, but you do. So watch the video and listen up so we can talk about it. Project 2025, what is it? Well, let's read, shall we? Now, I do want to preface this that although JD Vance might be leaning a little bit towards the Project 2025 side, Donald Trump has indicated that he has distanced himself from that. Whether he's telling the truth, I don't know. He's a platonic, platonic? Platonic? No. Pathological liar. That's a word. So I don't believe him, especially since a lot of Trump's administration, those people, is in Project 2025. So it doesn't really matter. But let's talk about what it does. There's a few points that I want to address. First, let's address this paragraph. Project 2025 envisions widespread changes to economic and social policies. They plan to take partisan control over the DOJ, the FBI, the Department of Commerce, FCC, Federal Trade Commission, dismantle DHS. That means Homeland Security is gone. We're not going to try to protect you in your homes. And reducing environmental and climate change regulations to favor fossil fuels. Oil, drill, drill, drill. Let's go. It wants to institute tax cuts, disagrees with protectionism, which is like tariffs, a lot of them. Abolish the Department of Education because fuck them kids. Whose programs would be transferred or terminated? Some of the programs will be transferred to other departments in regards to educational statistics, which is funny. They complain about education, but also want to dismantle the Department of Education. Okay. Funding for climate research would be cut, and the National Institute of Health would be reformed along conservative principles. The project seeks to cut Medicare and Medicaid, which is interesting because Trump says that he wants to keep Medicare alone. So, urges the government to explicitly reject abortion as health care. Project seeks to eliminate coverage of emergency contraception and enforce the Comstock Act, which prosecutes anyone who sends and receives contraception and abortion pills. You are a criminal. How dare you abort your baby? That is their mindset. What else? Proposes criminalizing pornography. Mia Khalifa, no. That's tough. So what about all these? What about all these porn stars that are about to lose their job? Damn. That's what you're doing right now, Project. Removing legal protections against discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity. Yeah, fuck them gay people. And terminating DEI programs and affirmative action. Fuck equal opportunity. And by having the DOJ prosecute anti-white racism. So prosecute anti-white racism? Yeah, you can't be racist to white people, but yeah, that's discrimination. Gay people, fuck them, but white people, nah. Project recommends the arrest, detention, and deportation of illegal immigrants. And it proposes deploying the military for domestic law enforcement, and it promotes capital punishment and the speedy finality of those sentences. Yeah, man. You shoplift in a sketchy neighborhood, death sentence. Um, Now there's one thing else I want to read for you guys is that right here, the expansion of presidential powers. I think this was very concerning. Let's dive right into it. Let's get smaller text. Expansion of presidential powers. So let's read this. The notion of independent federal agencies or federal employees. Let's full screen this bad boy. who don't answer to the president violates the very foundation of our democratic republic, Heritage President Kevin Roberts argues. How dare these employees ever, ever do anything without us consulting the king? I mean, president. Damn it. Project 2025 seeks to place the federal government's entire executive branch under direct presidential control, eliminating the independence of the DOJ, the FBI, the FCC, the FTC, and other agencies. The plan is based on a controversial, not widely held interpretation of the Constitution known as the unitary executive theory. Yeah. Yeah. Listen to the king. Uh-huh. Project 2025 proposes that all Department of State employees in leadership roles should be dismissed by the end of January 2025. All you leaders of these bureaucracies, you're fired. All of you listen to me. And now, moving forward, you shall call me Fuhrer Trump. That is crazy that I put my hand out like that. Oh no! I didn't mean to do that. It's just kind of came out. I don't think Trump is Hitler. I think Trump is I read this. I read this report about Trump, and the notion from a lot of political scientists is he's not a fascist, but he's illiberal in the sense that he doesn't his rhetoric doesn't abide by like liberal principles, which I know you guys hear that. Let me fact check the definition real quick. Define liberal. I'm gonna type it liberalism. I don't want to be incorrect in terms of this definition. Liberalism is the willingness to respect or accept behavior or opinions different from one's own, openness to new ideas. So it's the respect of the other ideas to form a government, right? Donald Trump, they said, is illiberal. He doesn't care about the other side's opinions. He only cares about his own. So, not necessarily fascist, but definitely illiberal. Where was I? Oh, it calls for installing senior State Department leaders in acting roles that do not require state confirmation. Yeah, you listen to me. Kieran Skinner, who wrote the State Department chapter of Project 2025, ran the department's Office of Policy Planning for less than a year during the Trump administration before being forced out of the department. Damn, Trump kicked him out. She considers most State Department employees too left wing and wants them replaced by those more loyal to a conservative president. When asked by Peter Bergen in June 2024 if she could name a time when State Department employees obstructed Trump policy, she said she could not. So she is, quote unquote, just chatting. If Project 2025 was implemented, congressional approval would not be required for the sale of military equipment and ammunition to a foreign nation, unless unanimous congressional support is guaranteed. You know how you Republicans hate? You know how y'all hate the military industrial complex? Yeah, I'm just gonna sell weapons without Congress approval so I can put more money in my pocket. This is like the most blatant. This is like such a blatant, corrupt idea. It's just so corrupt. It's not even funny. Trump said in 2019 that Article 2 of the U.S. Constitution grants him the right to do whatever as president. Did he say this? Did he say this? Now I have to look up the quote. Why didn't they source this quote? That's such a stupid thing to say. Hold on. Did Trump say? I don't feel like looking for it. Common claim among supporters of the unitary executive theory. Similar in 2018, Trump claimed he could fire special counsel Robert Mueller. Trump is not the first president to consider policies related to the UET. The idea is seen as resurgent and popularization within the Republican Party since 9/11. In November 2023, the Washington Post reported the deploying the military for domestic law and immigration enforcement under the Insurrection Act of 1807 would be an immediate priority for a second Trump administration, and wants to send the military. Domestic law is crazy. Immigration enforcement, I guess, but domestic law is crazy. This aspect of the plan was being led by Jeffrey Clark, a contributor to the project and former official in Trump's Department of Justice. Clark is a senior fellow at the Center for Renewing America, a Project 2025 partner. The plan reportedly includes directing DOJ to pursue those Trump considers disloyal or political. What in the corruption? The plan reportedly includes directing the DOJ to pursue those Trump considers disloyal or political adversaries. And y'all, anyone, I really hope you Republicans distance yourself from Project 2025. Jesus Christ. For his alleged acts while working at the DOJ during the end of Trump's term, Clark has become a Trump co-defendant in the Georgia election racketeering prosecution and an unnamed co-conspirator in the federal prosecution of Trump for alleged election obstruction. After the Post story was published, a Heritage spokesman said Project 2025 contains no plan related to the Insurrection Act or targeting of political enemies. Oh, that's good. How much do I believe him? I'm not sure, but at least they said something about it. Media Matters reported that several 2025 partners raised the 2024 Supreme Court decision, Trump v. United States, which grants broad immunity from prosecution for acts committed in the course of a presidential official duties, which is a crazy ruling, by the way. In 2023, Hirsch wrote that little of Project 2025's agenda is likely to happen, citing conservative scholars and government experts who criticized its plans to reform the federal bureaucracy as comically naive, making the federal government more incompetent, chaotic, and amateurish. I'm glad there's people who are distancing themselves away from Project 25, but it's hard to really know if that's the case or are they just saying that to get your vote because Donald Trump is a pathological liar. So it's hard to be certain of anything. But those are some points in regards to Project 25. As you guys can see, it is a terrible plan to put into action. But let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. You have a good one. Take care and peace.